the
Hello, everyone. Oh, hold on. Hello, everyone. And welcome to Rebellious Noise Screen 1. Sorry about the delay. We had a few technical issues getting started. But here we are celebrating the spookiest of seasons, of course. Hence why it's so dark here on screen. My name is Scott, and I'm joined by Rob. We are going to be doing a watch along of the cult classic that is The Crow. So we'll be talking all about it in just a moment. We'll get scared me. We'll get our say it. I'm completely in darkness in this room, by the way. So I'm glad this film ain't that scary. It's more of a kind of a thriller, really. But hey, of course, it takes place, most of it at least, on the 30th of October. So we thought we'll do the same thing by having a watch along here tonight as well. So we've got a timer at the bottom you can see just there, and we'll kind of line up our streams together. And hopefully you can line up yours, whether you're watching on DVD or Blu-ray or by some other means as well. So before we do that, we'll get into our little channel information trailer.
Tickets, please. Once you have subscribed to this channel, please make your way into Screen 1 for all things film and TV from Rebellious Noise. Screenings will include exclusive interviews, fun reviews, and in-depth features, as well as the latest news from the big and small screen. So grab yourself a bag of popcorn, sit back, relax, and enjoy the shows.
All right, so yeah, once again, welcome to Rebellious Noise Screen 1. We are here to do our watch along of The Crow. See it as our kind of two buddies online to just chill out with you and watch this movie. So whether you're watching live or on demand later down the line where you've decided to watch The Crow and you want some company, we welcome you, and we really hope you enjoy your time with us tonight on Screen 1. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and we do try and do as many watch-alongs as we can. We've done a Halloween one. If you haven't seen that already, check that out. If you're ever in the mood to watch Halloween and you want to have a laugh alongside it, then check that out as well. And then after this, we'll be coming back as well for a quick kind of review. So if you want to know our overall thoughts of the movie, you can find us over there. I've also done this on Talking Beans before. That kind of brings me into my next point, Rob. Of course, another podcast I host, and Rob's been on many times, Talking Beans. So, of course, I've seen The Crow quite a bit, and just want to talk about kind of our history with this film. I'm guessing you've seen it as well, Rob.
Yes, I have. It's one of my favourite films to watch over Halloween. Other than watching Halloween, which my tradition is to watch the film Halloween on Halloween.
Okay.
Did we break tradition last year?
Yeah, I don't think it was on Halloween that we watched it last year.
It wasn't, was it? No. But yeah, I'll still watch it again on Halloween because I'm that guy.
It's like Tom and his Die Hard.
Die Hard on Christmas Eve.
Tradition, yeah.
Man, I'd love to get him on one of these. That'd be so interesting.
Yeah, it would be,
Yeah. But speaking of, yes, I have seen The Crow. I've also done it on another podcast, which is mine.
You can plug it, it's fine.
Okay, yeah. Go to As Yet Untitled, all one word. And me and my friend Chris kind of talk about it. So I'll try to not rehash over what we.
That's what I was thinking. I don't want to say the same things I've said on that podcast. I was going to listen to it to see, just kind of not tread over old ground or anything like that. But I ran out of time, guys. So if you have already listened to Talking Beans, you might hear me repeat myself. But it's going to be fun. We'll kind of watch it and just kind of instantly react as we go along. We'll talk about our favorite scenes, what we like about the film, and things like that. Because, of course, we're both fans of the film. So it's going to be a pretty positive kind of experience here tonight as well.
I just scared the crap out of myself.
What? Why?
I was moving my chair, right? And I kind of just swam like that. And all I could hear was this whoop, whoop. I'm like, where is it? So I muted everything. I was like, what's going on? What's going on? And it stopped. Every time I muted it, it stopped. And I turned the volume back up again, and I could hear it again. It's my chair rubbing on the back. I was like, what is that?
Good. We're setting ourselves up here. I can see a light in the distance as red outside my
Don't go to the light, mate. Don't go to the light.
And that keeps catching my eye. That's scaring me. Honestly, this room is in darkness. So I'm glad this isn't a proper jump scary type film, because otherwise, me and Rob will be pooping our pants throughout this stream. But hey, we're going to get on with it again. Give you a chance if you're watching live to get your DVD fired up, your Blu-ray, or wherever else you're watching this movie from as well. And we'll kind of just kind of watch it along and just have a laugh, really. That's the idea. These kind of a little bit of a company alongside you. If you haven't seen The Crow before, maybe it's not the best. I think watch-alongs are better when you've seen the film before. You want to get someone else's perspective on it and kind of a live review as we go along. But yeah, I'm ready. I'm excited. It's so dark, Rob, that I can't tell where my beer is. And it's a massive beer, as you would have seen on our wrestling channel.
Bloody hell. How many drinks, how many beers is in that?
That is 2 cans.
2 cans?
So it's 2 litres, though. It could do 2 litres. Yeah. So what's that? 880 milliliters. But anyway, here we go. Without further ado, are you ready, Rob? Is your stream set up?
It is. What I was going to ask you, but technically it's a question for on air. So I just wanted to confirm it with you. Why I was like, I'll wait a second. When you start the film, it has the weird intro for the company that made it. So are we starting it from 0000?
We're starting from 0000.
Right.
Yeah.
I just wanted that cleared up because I didn't want to press play and then I skipped it to the beginning. That's why I wanted to double check.
Gotcha. All right. No, that's good. So what we'll do a little bit of a countdown. Our countdown for all of us, guys. Again, whether you're watching live or on demand, we'll have our timer down the bottom there to let you know where we are in the movie. And hey, if you're watching on demand and you don't want to watch the whole thing and you know where certain things happen, feel free to jump ahead and know where an iconic scene is. You want to see our reactions specifically to that. Hey, it's not our first time watching it. Don't get me wrong, but we'll try and keep you entertained throughout the show either way. Right, let's get ready for the countdown. So I'm going to start the stream in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Every time you do those countdowns, I instantly...
Oh, no, one sec. I can't hear you because I've got my stream too loud. What was that, Rob? Sorry?
Man, we're like a bootleg performance.
Oh, no, it's been a rough start.
I said, every time you do that countdown, it reminds you of Wayne's World.
Oh, yeah, of course. All right, here we go. We are seeing October 30th, Devil's Night. Which, of course, is why we are doing this stream here tonight.
That's CGI. Like back
that
then.
Is awful. I don't remember it being that bad before. That's terrible.
Hey, don't knock it.
I'm just saying. I always remember it being kind of an interesting art style. It's not exactly like it almost looks like it's supposed to not be real. It's kind of hyper realistic or something. But some of this looks worse than I remember. But hey, there's some great visuals here as well. Don't get me wrong. I mean, iconic here as well. Just that window alone always like gets me hyped up. All right, so here we see, of course, Eric Draven, end of the line. Winston's having a little smoke. So what's your because we'll talk about what we're seeing here on the stream and we'll kind of just have a little bit of chat as we go throughout. But what's your kind of experience of The Crow outside of this film?
Can you? So I was introduced to it by my uncle. It's one of his favorite films, along with Lost Boys.
And have you watched any of the other films? Because I haven't. Oh, okay. Is that the same sort of vibe? Like,
no. So I know the second one's David Boreanaz is the second one, right? Or he's in it at least.
I'm not sure. I haven't seen any of the other ones.
But no, I haven't seen them. But I'm intrigued though. I'm debating about watching them just so I can, because I think it's a different character. I don't think it's that Eric and all that. I think it's the same story, but the same.
I think called like City of Angels or something like that. Like the second to City of Angels, something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so I know, of course, this was like a graphic novel as well, right? But I mean, I love the film. I think a big part of it is the kind of the sad story of what obviously happens during filming, but which is inevitable and going to come up. But I think it's giving this film a massive mystique. But it's a fantastic film in its own right. Don't get me wrong. But I've just heard so much kind of disappointment around sequels that I've never bothered with them.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I'm the same, especially when there's no like original cast, and it's like just call it something else. Like it just, I know you want to continue the brand, but the brand was set with these people. It's like you've got Halloween 1 or 2, and then the third one, Season of the Witch, nothing to do with Michael Myers, and it didn't go down well because people wanted Michael Myers. Kind of the same, you know. You want Brandon Lee as the Crow. Yeah, it is a strange one.
So
yeah, I love it. One of my favorite to watch, like especially today.
Yeah, me too. So we've seen in this opening scene, of course, Eric has died. It's a girlfriend called Shelley. I can't remember. Is it Shelley? Don't know why that name's in my head.
Yeah. The Fade to Black as well. I love that bit.
It's an interesting way to start the film.
How do you feel about the 1 year later things?
Yeah, I think it's good in this. I think it sets the scene. Like the whole thing is about like this time last year, this horrible thing happened. I'm going to revenge it. So I think it works really well here. I think it can be a challenge when it happens halfway through a film. Towards the end ain't too bad sometimes either.
Yeah.
If it's just like a final recap to add something, without dragging out the story. But I think it works well here. Oh, there we go, Shelley. Yeah, that was all right.
Shelley.
So she dies, obviously. I always find it weird that it's the Crow and his last name is essentially the Raven. Well, not quite as Draven, of course, but still.
Yeah. Draven. Got a bird in it, though.
Yep, there we go. I mean, I joked earlier about the CGI, but the cinematography in this film is fantastic for the most part. I think even this, like the moody kind of scene set,
it is
the rain,
incredible. Bearing in mind, yeah, for me, this is one of those films where it's so raw and gritty, and obviously it was a time before CGI was like at its peak, kind of, you know. Yeah, but no, man, it's visually like perfect for me. I know it's a bold statement, but things about it, like the way it looks and the way it's shot, and
it's so dark. Like these little bits of light that we're seeing here, like really work. But I mean, we're quite dark tonight,
but then I always kind of take that at the point of that's how she's feeling.
Okay, yeah.
So it reflects her inwards is reflecting to us outwards.
I'm with you. Is it Sarah? I'm with you. Not a fan of the onions either.
Don't get me started. Yes, you irritated me yesterday with your decisions.
What? Not to get a hot dog?
Who doesn't have onions on a hot dog? And then you like pickled onions, but you don't even like pickles. Like you're just a mess.
Shut up, man. And it weren't on the hot dog; it was on a burger. But I thought you meant when I was kind of not exactly encouraging you to get a hot dog when you really wanted one. Oh, here we go. Eric is back.
Did you ever notice? You see the back of his shirt is ripped.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There he is. Yeah, the back of the shirt's ripped, obviously, because when they put it on, obviously the dead body, it doesn't go all the way around, does it? So they cut it and just slide it over the top.
Oh, okay.
So the attention to detail is so well done.
Yeah. It's so cool, like just seeing like what would it be like to like it's such a weird thing to say, what would it be like to come out of the grave? But like I think the way he plays it, like struggling to get up and I think it's so cool. His face is a bit too with it though. You think he would have maybe rotted a little bit. So the crows follow him everywhere he goes. I mean, that's got to be uncomfortable, mate, walking in wet shoes.
Yeah. Do you know what else is that really stands out with that bit? He completely healed, right? Obviously, his body would have been rotting. He completely healed. The only thing that was there was still the bullet holes.
Yeah.
It's like they had to be there for a reason. Like, because this is that aura and that. Oh, what a visual.
Why have they blown this up?
I think it's just so like tension in it.
Just naughty. Naughty boys.
Naughty. He's ripped, isn't he?
Yeah, he ain't in bad condition, that's for sure.
I mean, compared to me.
That's a cool shot there. The narrow staircase and the light from it.
How bad of a city does it have to be? The fact that the crime scene is still there. We're still
a year to the day.
A year later, bro.
Yeah. Especially a flat like that. Cool. Be worth a few bob. I'd love to have that window. Cat's still there. What's the cat been eating?
Oh, yeah. I don't know, a bit of that pumpkin.
Yeah, true.
I don't know.
I think they do a good job in this of like making you really hate the bad guys. Like it's horrific what they're doing, but like quite often in films, the bad guys seem a bit of a joke, or they're funny, or they're cool. In this, they are just like unlikable.
Yeah, from the get go.
Yeah, I think it's good. It helps that like the character of Eric Draven and the Crow is so cool and edgy himself, and dark, that you don't need it in the bad guys. Like you get your fix, because obviously like everybody likes to cheer on the bad guys. Like all these horror films, it's the bad guys, like the stars, of course, but here they kind of get away with it.
Yeah.
So it's interesting seeing him kind of relive it, and some strength there.
I love that shot there.
Which one?
The with the broken glass behind, and then he's
Oh
holding that
yeah,
just before he looks at his hands, because it's like that's everything come to him. It's just a beautiful shot. It's like when you see Batman behind the
yeah.
big light that he has.
It's very. I mean, there's so many similarities with like Batman in this. I feel, and I think like Heath Ledger's Joker feels very inspired by the
Oh
Crow.
yeah, definitely.
In look, in kind of swagger,
Attitude,
and
mannerisms.
it is different. Don't get me wrong. Like it's more kind of ramped up in certain ways depending on the character, but I think there's a clear influence. I think the scene later on where he's on the table.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know how they swallowed them bullets, because I struggle when it comes to taking a tablet. How they done that? I'll never know.
Bad guys, man.
Yeah.
And again, they show such a good, like, just showing how unhinged they are. But then this bit, fire it up. Oh, weirdos.
What do you think that they're dressed like, their clothing and stuff like that? That's very, it's real 90s. But do you think that screams bad guy enough, or?
Yeah, that kind of era.
Oh, I'd love one of them masks.
You kind of got one there.
Almost.
Yeah. And of course, we've got to mention, being wrestling fans, the influence that this film has on Sting. I do have a Sting mask, which I can't actually find at the moment. I wanted to have it in the background of the video. But huge influence on Sting, who also
imagine
took the Joker as well.
Yeah, that's strange. Yeah, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
I say, imagine if Scott Hall had never said to Sting, like, look at the Crow.
Yeah.
Would we still have that Sting? Like, what?
It is mad, eh? I mean, we got, as much as I like Sting, it's a complete rip-off, and it is kind of wrong. But hey, I like it. Yeah. I like it. It's kind of an extension of the Crow character to me. So
yeah, but it does pay real good homage to like the way the Crow is and the darkness and that. It's great, man. The whole production, but the way they've done Sting, even this was good.
Oh, I love this scene. See the pain in him and stuff. Like, I love it. The music is so cool.
Yeah.
So I've gone out for Halloween as the Crow before, and I put this music on when I was putting the makeup on.
I think you have to.
Yeah, I was singing it. I wasn't as cool as Brandon Lee doing it, though. Don't get me wrong. And I did too much. I mentioned on Talk of Beans, I did too much black on the makeup. I ended up looking like I had panda eyes. What was you going to say, sorry?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought, okay.
And if I did, I don't know what I was going to say.
No, I think our audio might be a little off. Apologies for anyone watching if that is the case. Such a cool shot, that, though, with a crow on his shoulder, man. Answer that. Oh, man, it's so cool. The circular window is so cool. And then like the lightning just lighting up his face. Just that little bit of light, man. And even his makeup is quite, like, it looks really pronounced when you see it, especially when people do it themselves. Like when I did it, I overdid it, like I said. But it's really subtle. Like, it's kind of faded on his face. Even the black isn't that kind of strong.
Yeah.
So again, anyone that's watching us with us live or where it be on demand, would love to hear what you think of The Crow. What's your favorite scenes? I think mine has just happened. One of my favorites, at least, is Eric Draven transforming into the Crow. I think it's like the effects of the crow itself can only really work in darkness, because it would look, if it was too bright, I think it would look bad. So from this here, he's seeing the view from the crow, isn't he? So I guess almost a superpower there. First victim. Where'd you go, Rob?
I don't know what happened there. My whole internet just went off and then come straight back on again. I don't know. My internet went and then came back again. The minute I clicked it, I was like, what is going on?
No worries. So we got our first kind of bit of a revenge here coming. See, I like that, bringing it in the kind of realism of the world they're living in. Of like, he just thinks he's a crackhead. You know, like he's like, why are you painting it up?
Yeah. I love when the crow makes his crow noise when he does a fight.
Just
randomly. Like he's like bigging him up. He's like, go on.
Yeah, come on.
Oh!
It's not like the crow was laughing then. See, I think even this is a cool scene because he's like explaining to. We've seen the flashbacks and stuff like that, but like it tells the audience really what the backstory is. It's quite a clever way of doing it, like in explaining to this guy who cared so little about it that he's kind of forgotten it, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And how disrespectful he is about it as well. Ooh. Looks like he's getting away with it here, Rob.
Oh, that knife noise, man.
You what, sorry?
That noise of the knife.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's such a cool bit when he flies, swats the knife away, man.
Boom.
That's gonna hurt. So many great quotes in this, man. Victims aren't we all? And of course, we just saw the image of Eric from his band on the wall there.
Mm. Do you know what? I don't think I've ever gone to like a dingy kind of place like that and watched a band perform. Like, never.
Oh, really? Oh, I have. I used to go to a lot of clubs like this.
Oh, yeah, I know you have. I know full well you have.
It's very 90s, though, this, to be fair, especially about the music. It reminds me of like the one in Wayne's World as well, Gasworks, and the one in Ace Ventura. Oh, Rob, look away. Naughty. He's an interesting looking bad guy as well. Like the super straight long hair. I think Rob might have froze for us here. So we just enjoy Rob's frozen face for now, but we are truly finding out about the evil masterminds now.
I'm here.
You're there. You're there. All right. What's up? You having some signal problems?
Yeah, I'm here. It's raining out, so I think if it's so bad, our internet just goes like Sky internet just goes down. Yeah, I'm calling you out Sky.
Yeah, it's just like the crow, mate. It shouldn't be any other way that chucking it down outside.
Yeah.
But I was saying about
that guy. I need that villain.
I was gonna say, yeah, like his long straight hair as well. It's an interesting look. Very straight hair. I'm just trying to figure out where this is filmed because it's such an interesting. Like, I wonder how much of it is a backlot, but it's saying it was filming. Started filming February '93 in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Oh, really?
It's a really interesting looking place. Like the buildings and that.
It does seem very like somewhere that Tim Burton would want to film.
Yeah. So it's meant to be in Detroit, but I don't know how much was actually shot in Detroit, if any. So that's a bit awkward, right? So that's her mum, and she's seeing one of the bad guys. That essentially took out.
Yeah, that's a great start.
Her idols, I guess. Oh, it's another great scene. This coming into the pawn shop.
As I said, it says a lot about the town when he's like, I'll sleep it off somewhere else. It's like, Is that what everyone's like?
Yeah.
What a shot.
How does he get in the room though? Like he breaks the glass and he's straight there.
Don't know.
It's a whole year later, mate, that you're looking after this engagement ring, you know? I mean, he might have sold it by now. There you go. The gunshot has just been wounded. Healed, I should say. Wounded. See, stuff like that feels like the Joker, doesn't it? Like upside down swinging. Thing is, to be honest, though, it's not the guy's fault, is it? He's just doing his job. He don't want you to come into his place after hours.
Yeah, I know, but that
kind of harsh, man. I know you got a job to do, Eric Draven.
Yeah, but that pawnbroker he's like, yeah, I'll buy that and then sell it on for even more. Like he's just as bad a scumbag as the rest of them.
Oh no, man! Like he's just got a business to run, man. I mean,
No, I was gonna say.
to be fair though, they've set up he's kind of complicit because he saw the blood in the handbag earlier on, and he didn't ask too many questions. You know what I mean? So crime is fueled by things like this.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yes, it does. I love the fact that his hat has got a cap on it.
Yeah, to keep it dry
from getting wet. Yeah.
I might get one of them for this. Basically, a shower cap, isn't it?
Basically, yeah.
Flashbacks now to the proposal. I like this as well because he's thrown away things of so much value, but it means nothing to him in his story. Do you know what I mean? It's a really kind of powerful, to get in the sense of what's going on here. There we go. Got the right one.
Definitely. Have you noticed as well? I've never picked up onto it to just now. When he does a flashback with the bad guys, it flashes red. But when he has a flashback from himself, now he's accepted that he's the crow. It's in color. There's no red
color,
tint to it.
He really is destroying that shop, man. Good point. Yeah. So he says each one of these rings is a life that he helped destroy. So as your point said there just a moment ago, Rob, that this guy's not too innocent in all this himself.
No, dirtbag.
Uh-oh.
What a shot.
It's cool, the rings firing out the gun. It's great visually. And the guy flying into the alleyway there. He's a very brave man, or a very stupid man to be saying all that when he was watching him pour the gasoline everywhere. Do you know what I mean? How'd you forget about that so quickly? How'd your temper get involved that quickly?
I just don't think he cares. He has no remorse, does he? I just don't think he cares.
Yeah, but play it safe, mate. He was walking out. I think what's interesting is that you don't see what his character is like before he turns into the crow. So it's hard to tell. Again, maybe others know because they've seen the sequels or they've read the comics and stuff like that. But his characteristics feel really theatrical and he's kind of poetic in some of his speaking. Was he like that already? Or is that just because he's kind of this kind of weird crow character who's got nothing to lose now?
I think a bit of both, I think he may have been from the flashbacks that we see, he doesn't come across like this at all. But I think now he knows that he's invincible as such, and he's got this power and this strength and stuff. This mystique about him. I think he's more cocky.
Yeah.
So he allows that cockiness to play out. But not in an annoying way. He's doing it sarcastically a lot, very sarcastic.
So I think it's quite, because you don't, like I say, you don't see his character outside of this. So it's kind of like, I'm thinking like of The Mask, like how they're two very different characters that you can tell when, Stanley Ipkiss puts on the mask, he's a very different person. It's not as extreme in this, and that's of course comedic as well, but similar time frame to be fair, and also a graphic novel.
There's all them chairs. Why is she lit on the table?
Disrespect, mate.
Yeah. The fact that they're roasting an eye.
Yeah, what?
They were roasting an eye, weren't they?
Was it an eye? I thought it was just a cherry.
Yeah, it was an eyeball.
Was it?
I thought it was an eyeball.
That's why he said seeing is believing then. And they're just picking up cocaine like it's sherbet as well. I might have said this on Talking Beans, but he looks like James Franco.
Yeah. It'd be a good. I mean, because they're redoing the Crow, aren't they? Is it Bill Skarsgård, isn't it?
Are they really? Because I hear that a lot, but are they actually doing it?
Remember the rumor went around when it was they wanted Momoa, which I was very against. I think he's just not the guy.
Too big.
That's no disrespect to Momoa. Yeah, but Skarsgård, who done Pennywise, got a good portrayal of obviously a Pennywise, so I can see him being a Crow. That'd be something good. If he does play Eric. But yeah, I mean, if we're going to do that, then I'd have James Franco as the bad guy in that, like playing that position.
He looks very much like him.
Yeah, he does.
Trying to see what else he's done. Michael Wincott is the actor's name. I mean, this is looks like the biggest thing he's done. There we go.
Yep.
Eric saves them. Oh, naughty words for a teenager.
Butt face. I might bring that back,
After using the big old DH, he moves into butthead or butt face. Oh, another classic line there. Can't rain all the time, and he's gone.
Oh.
It's funny how they're so down on the flat in the neighborhood, but it's a nice flat.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's like a rose between all the thorns, isn't it?
It's like like these days, anywhere become gentrified. There'll be a coffee shop downstairs these days.
Yeah.
So he's just figuring out if he can believe it, drawing the face paint on.
Good detective. He instantly knew what he was doing.
There you go.
He had an inkling straight away.
That's it. It's funny seeing him crouching like a crow.
Yeah.
Perched on the railings.
He can see from the crow's
Yeah,
point of view, right?
yeah. So, how confusing is this that a crow's just coming to your bedroom?
Do you know what? I would say that, but the fact that she's just been taken and been injected with something, they don't even know if that's legit.
It is odd with him with a guitar, though.
Mm-hmm. How much freedom do you think Brandon Lee had when it came to these little things that he was doing?
Because it really adds to the character, doesn't it? Like the little bit then with the light bulb and
Yeah.
looking through the hole. Again, even this feels very much like the Joker.
Yeah.
The way he just jumps on the mattress. It's a risky move to put in that humour there. Look what you've done to my sheets. This is his last words before he dies. Some other priorities, to be fair.
Back to the red flashbacks.
The thing is, this is interesting as well, doing it from her point of view, where she's not a bad person. She's just caught up in the wrong people and drugs and influence, whatever. Yeah. So you can see the fear in her. Like, of course, what's going on in front of her is like she feels like the good guy, Like this is like some evil guy coming in, but obviously he's now about to kind of show his heart.
It's a proper rusty knife,
Yeah. Is he just squeezing that out?
Yeah, yeah.
She seems sobered up, mate.
What I was going to say, if she was tripping, right, the minute he squeezed that out of her, was she not tripping anymore?
I don't know. Well, I don't know, because I'm sure the bits that it's like when you're having a beer, you have a little wee, you're still drunk. You got rid of it, but you're still drunk. Oh, our shopkeeper's not having a good night. Oh, he's not dead, is he? Yeah.
Yeah,
I always think he dies
unconscious.
after he says that bit about my sheets. Yeah.
Mm. Oh, I mean, that's a bold fashion statement there, isn't it?
That'd be me if I was a cop.
But why has he still got his hat on?
No, that's it. Because you're, you know, man of law. You got that. You've earned that hat. Wear it.
And he's
And he's
he's
still
still
wearing the
got the
one with
shower
the
cap on it.
shower cap on it. Yeah. It is ironic, isn't it? Seeing a Ghostbuster ask if you're a ghost.
Yeah.
See, it's again the interesting part of his character there that you can see through the crow, and obviously here he's seeing through the policeman's eyes as well. But it's weird that he gets all like, I know he gets emotional, but it looks like he loses power as well. You know.
I think he does. You know, I think it's just that weakness, isn't it? Because
It looks painful,
I
like,
think
you
the
know.
crow entity and like the spiritual stuff. Yeah, yeah. So I think all that gives him his strength, but seeing Shelley the way he does is that's his weakness. I always find that line quite ironic.
Mm.
See, I think that's the real side of Eric that we see there.
Mm. Yeah, he weren't the kind of over the top theatrical.
Mm.
This guy don't know when to shut up, does he? He hasn't learned.
No.
Oh yeah, it was an eyeball earlier because we've got one
See?
there as
Eyeball.
well. Yeah.
I like that statement. Like the power of the eyes. And then that's Eric uses other people's eyes to see what's going on. Very, very like, poetic.
I don't think I've ever really noticed that before. Connected them. It's weird seeing all these like 90s kind of bad guys in their kind of typical warehouse lair, you know, like.
So I think the bad guys late 80s, like in early 90s, I think are a pinnacle of how a bad guy should be portrayed.
Yeah.
And I know it's real cheesy, but
yeah,
you believe it. Like you know, like the guy you just don't like him.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy don't know how to keep his mouth shut, does he?
Mm-mm.
Eesh.
Oh,
Straight through. So I get impatient.
he's impatient, isn't he?
Yeah. The cat's still there.
I'm guessing this is one of your favourite scenes.
Well, of him playing guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool, but it's a bit weird.
Really? Do you think?
Yeah, it's a bit cheesy. I don't know. I guess he was in a band and that, but like, of course he's a rock
Yeah,
star.
but to him,
you know?
that's like a sense of normality, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
they're called Hangman's Joke. Do you reckon they sell that?
I was just gonna say, I wonder if you could buy like a replica at least of like
Oh, I'd get a replica of that.
The sleeve. That'd be cool.
Mm.
Oh, something wrong with your record.
What was it stuck on saying?
I didn't hear.
I don't know if it said can't rain all the time.
Oh, maybe it was. Yeah, good point. Because obviously that's what she recognised earlier as well, isn't it? So, famous quote. I think it might be right. Well, there we go. Fire it up again. Has he got a little ponytail? What a weird hairdo. I always find it like this film, like the low. Sorry, what?
I'd say that is a weird hairdo.
It is. But I always find this film weird. Like, there's no one anywhere. They're all like, there's not a lot of people in the town, and they're all inside places. Like, the streets are dead all the time.
It's probably safer to be inside than it is outside, to be fair.
Yeah, true. It doesn't feel like a big space. Like, it doesn't feel like open world. It feels like we're on a set the whole time, which I don't know. It's a weird vibe I get about the locations. They look great. Don't get me wrong, but I think because they all feel themed.
Love that. Yeah.
Oof. Oh, now you've been robbed. Oof. Hot
Ooh.
coffee all over the cup.
Should have put more of that cream in.
Yeah.
Also, who says what the crap?
It's like he's playing a video game, isn't it? Like GTA, he's got his above you as well because of the crow.
Early GTA.
Yeah. Straight into the cops.
Ooh. How was he still not dead?
I was gonna say these bad guys get battered in this film. Like even the one earlier, you think he's dead, isn't it? And the guy like in the pawn shop, you know, like blown up, and he's still survives. He's still getting killed later on, and takes ages to get killed with a knife, with a sword. I like that, like the kind of realization of who he is, and like he's kind of deteriorating. Like he can't believe what he's seeing, you know.
Have you noticed? So he's the only one that remembered so far.
Mm. Well, goodbye, mate. What a way to go. Forced into driving, and a bomb in between your balls.
Boom.
Can you imagine a budget on this film for explosions?
Yeah.
Oh. So it's such a cool scene, but then I think about like logistics of it. He just stood there and drew that on the floor, like awkwardly. Oh, here we go, empty grave. That's tonight, guys. If you're watching live, here we are, 30th of October, tying it in with a film, of course. Should I sleep hugging the record? And her mum is a new woman. Look at that. All it took was a squeezing out of the drugs and a near-death experience from a man who looks like a clown crow. Just eat your eggs.
How'd you have your egg?
I'm not a fan of yolks.
You joking me?
No, I'm not joking you. I like them scrambled. My favorite kind of egg.
Yeah. Wow. I like.
Yeah.
So I like what's the word? Is it? How does she have it? She has them over easy, right? Yeah, that I have them exact same.
That's sunny side up.
No, so I like it sunny side up, but I flip it. I don't like the yolk yellow. I like the yolk done as well. But I've recently gone to like enjoying poached eggs.
Yeah, I was going to say, didn't you say that last night? Yeah. So for those that are watching, me and Rob went to a WWE show last night to cover that for our wrestling channel. Go over there and check out our review on that if you haven't already. But yeah, on the train, I have a vague memory you telling me that you've been
That was
eating.
before the alcohol.
Yeah, that was before the alcohol. That you've been eating eggs Benedict lately. So nice, man.
Yeah, man, it's nice. You salmon.
Oh, I can't eat salmon.
Yeah, it's good, man.
No, I'm not really a fan of salmon.
Hollandaise sauce.
Too far,
I
mate.
knew it. Have you seen, T-Bird, the guy that just died for the explosion?
Yeah.
Right. Have you seen the Warriors?
This is where I'm going to be embarrassed to say no. I haven't seen the Warriors.
Oh, okay. But you know the iconic when he goes Warriors when he's thinking.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, is it? I thought it was like I felt I recognised him, but obviously it's not from that. But I feel he looks familiar anyway. But yeah, I've never seen the Warriors. I really do want to watch it.
Yeah, bro. If you ever want to do a watch along with that, I am. Well, I didn't watch along anyway, but
yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, no, I am. It looks like the kind of film I'd really enjoy, but yeah, I love that era as well, like New York and stuff. So on film, maybe not to live in, but at the time,
yeah.
But yeah, let us know what other watch-alongs you'd like to see. Let us know in the comments whether you're watching live or on demand. We'd love to hear from you. As we mentioned earlier on, we're doing a Crow at the moment, of course, but we did do Halloween last year. And we're looking to do more of these, aren't we, Rob? We're trying to get like not just horror films and kind of Halloween-related films like this one. We want to do all sorts, comedies, dramas, and whatever else. Maybe something for Christmas as well, since we're getting into that period in a moment as well. Just to mention on that, by the way, Rob, it's funny when, like Halloween, but people are already looking at Christmas stuff, like Christmas adverts, music and stuff like that. As I was setting up for the stream, my wife just had a mince pie and started singing Christmas songs. So it's on its way. We haven't even got to Halloween yet. And the Christmas stuff is already out in this household.
I done a little one into Christmas shopping, but we was in town today, and we went into, I won't name the shop because they're not paying us, but I went in there.
Yeah.
And went upstairs to like the Christmassy section, and I was in my element, bro. I felt like I know how Buddy the Elf feels when like, Christmas is there. Like, it's my favorite. I love the end, like autumn for Halloween, like this bit.
Yeah.
But then as it transitions into like Christmas, and you just see like all the colours and the.
I'm a fan. Yeah.
Yeah, I ran down the
We're sitting here on the day before Halloween talking about how excited we are for Christmas. Let's get this one out of the way.
All right. Well, I can segue it back. And obviously, I know you haven't seen it, but Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh,
Maybe we
yeah.
could do that at some point because that kind of
I
covers
know.
Christmas into
See,
Halloween.
even on Talk of Beans, Rob, Tom suggested
know.
it quite a few times for both,
Mm.
and
Maybe
for
get Tom
Halloween
on
and
for it as well.
Christmas. Yeah, maybe. I've never seen it. It was the stereotypical growing up like into like rock music and stuff. It was a stereotypical thing that a lot of my friends were into, and I was just a bit like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And you can get the legend that is maybe Steve-O because I reckon he's seen it.
Yeah, he probably has. Oh yeah, she just said can't rain all the time is from your song. So yeah, it definitely was part of the song as well. I forget that.
Yeah.
Again, man, like this is a great flat. Size of it.
Spacious, isn't it?
It is. Those windows are cool.
Yeah. Do you know what?
I wonder where it was
Finding
before
a flat with a lot of good light
though. I know, man.
is it's always hard to come by.
Tell me about it. Here he is.
Oh, I love that shot.
Very light in there now. Shino.
So, if that was the 30th, obviously our Devil's Night, it's now going daytime, right? So, is this would be Halloween day?
Is this Halloween then? Yeah. Yeah.
It must be, right?
I guess so, yeah. Daytime. Fire it up. This guy makes me laugh.
Yeah, my cousin just messaged me, by the way, because she was like, "Oh, let me know when you're on the stream." Just sent her the stream, and then she sent me a picture of her going. So,
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, I know.
Speaking of which, if you're watching live or on demand, we appreciate you. If you want to watch it with us at the moment, catch the end of it. We're at 1 hour and 7 minutes into the film. You can sync it up. Or if you want to catch us once we're finished and watch it back on demand, you can do that as well. There's that hot dog stand again. Fancy a hot dog.
Oh, is that eggs in a jar?
Are they like pickled eggs though? Which I didn't think Americans did that.
Oh, don't get me started.
Huh?
I don't know. I said don't start again with the pickledness.
I like pickled onions, yeah, but not pickled eggs.
I just find it so strange. But you don't like onion. How can you look like it? Good. Yesterday you went
different,
man. Get a real onion.
I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I have pickled onions on my Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
On the side.
I know you do. Yeah, if you want to hear more about that, then go over to Talk and Beans.
I did mention it then, yeah. On the Christmas.
I believe 2016 episode, the very first Christmas.
Look at that. He knows the archive. That's it. Check out the Talk of Beans podcast. Rob's been a guest many times. And again, we have done an episode on The Crow. So if you want to see us go more in depth on the film, there's another opportunity for you. Nice little laugh about it there. Speaking of which, we'll be back straight after this watch along. We are going to have our retro review of this very film as well. So make sure you stick around for that.
Oh, what a tune.
Nice little party atmosphere there.
Have you been to a show that's a bit like that? Very, very cringy like that?
Yeah. I think that's what we should do for your birthday then, Rob.
No, I'm good. I'm all right. I've never stage dived. I've never seen a performance like this. It's just weird.
Oh, man.
I don't know if I'd enjoy it.
No. I think the older you get, the less likely it is.
Yeah, I don't want to do moshing. I just want to enjoy the music. Sit back, enjoy the music. If you do that,
don't hurt your back.
Right, I'm old. Like my back already hurts. It hurts when I get out of bed.
Yeah,
I don't want to do any more.
Yeah, exactly that, mate.
So we're getting up to this is what the comparison, the scene that we'd say
Yeah.
compares to the Joker, like the Heath Ledger Joker. He would have been an amazing Crow, you know.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, I think it's an easy comparison to make, but like, there's got to be a link. Like, surely that scene in The Dark Knight is influenced by this scene.
Yeah, sure. I reckon he would have like studied these kind of things because it's so like. Have you seen the video when it's like side by side as the comparison?
Yeah,
it's so well done.
It feels like, and it's not a rip off. I think it's a nice little homage, but maybe it's a coincidence. I don't know, but I just think there's a lot about Heath Ledger's Joker that reminds me of the Crow. Like, it's not the same character. Don't get me wrong. But obviously, it's very different to every other version of the Joker as well. There are similarities with other versions of the Joker, but it's a very different Joker, and it is somewhat similar to some aspects of the Crow.
Mm. Have you got all them villains there, and that guy with the long hair is like the big boss of it? Are you just like, what did he do to become that guy?
Yeah, we need to see a kind of prequel of his life. His name's Top Dollar, not like the guy that was in WWE. So I think this is still Devil's Night then, as he's saying there.
It's got to be, innit?
Commercialized Devil's Night greeting cards. So the thing is, though, like, I've read that is kind of a thing. Like, it is a cultural thing, like, that was going on in these spaces. I don't know if it's to this degree, but like, it is, a night where they wreak havoc and stuff like that. And I think it did happen in places like Detroit. And this is based on like some sort of real thing. It's not just from this film.
That's one of my favorite lines.
The worm. Oh, here we go. I like the biggest reactions from the guy that has been tormented by him already as well.
Just that moment, the fact that he throws away a chair and sits on the table.
Yeah, sitting on the table. Well, you mentioned it earlier on with the woman. All those chairs could have. And this is it. Like, he's so like focused on what he wants to do. It's just that one guy.
I just realised he's got her ring as a necklace.
Oh, around the he's got the necklace, isn't it? Here we go. Let him have it. 1,000,000 shots.
All them.
They got to be feeling good about themselves. I mean, I don't know why. They know his grave is empty. They know something supernatural's going on there.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone.
Do you feel like she knew that crow was something important?
I think so, yeah. There we go. It's like playing a game with like infinity health or something like that. You know what I mean? He's just shooting. It don't matter. There's no tactics to it. He ain't got, oh, let me duck over here. Let me press this button. Let's crawl over it. Just run and gun, man.
I would like to know how he, because he doesn't reload. So how many bullets are in that gun?
Money flying everywhere.
I reckon we should recreate this scene for a Rebellious Noise.
Yeah, I don't mind dressing up like the Crow again.
So
unless
there
you
was a moment,
Crow,
though.
you got a mask there.
I don't mind. I'll let you do it because I always get a mask. I'll be like one of the bad guys or something.
You're a bit of a bad guy.
There was a
nice,
moment.
straight long hair.
Yeah, there's a certain shot just a minute ago And when he turns around, you look, and I literally thought, like, guy, is that Sting? Like, it really, yeah, it really looked like it. Obviously, not the police version.
See, this is where your bad guy there works against you. You've got all these swords on a wall. Come on. Compromised.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh.
See, like this scene here makes me feel like I want to play a Crow video game. And I know there's been some, but I don't think they've ever been like that well received. Yeah. I remember playing one that I think it was on PS1. I think it's for like maybe the second film.
Yeah.
Let me have a Crow PS1. Yeah, City of Angels, like I mentioned earlier on. I'm sure that's the title of the sequel, ain't it? So I'll just give you an idea. IGN gave it a 1 out of 10. So
no.
Yeah, it's a shame. Because it does feel like the kind of character you want to play in a game, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Just kill him. How they tried. Oh, they killed Eric. Great.
Good point. Yeah. He's like, don't matter, man. Shoot me. Even that was a bit like the Joker.
That little side step. Yeah. That was more like a Jack Nicholson Joker, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oof. Now, we mentioned GTA earlier. This is like they've racked it up to 5 stars now.
I'm going to look past that CGI because it was very early 90s.
What bit?
You know the bit when he jumps down and you can really tell that he is like drawn.
Oh, I didn't really notice that. Oh, falls on the roof. Scares a homeless man. Here we go. Our lieutenant's trying to help us now. I know it's a sergeant.
Oh.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Blood all over the seat.
No, it's the blood though. I was going to say, yeah. So what's that like? His power's a little.
Yeah.
Goby?
Is it? Yeah, because I can't remember. Is it that when his goal is like achieved, like as he goes along, he's kind of becoming more back to human and therefore dead again?
I really don't know, to be honest. Like,
because
it makes sense.
Even still with the sequels, I have no idea what they're about. Like, because the whole point in this, the whole point of this film is like it's a revenge film. Like, you know, like that's it at the end of it. I think probably. I mean, are there many revenge films? I think this and Law Abiding Citizen is another fantastic revenge themed film. Have you ever seen that?
No, I've not seen that.
That's really, it's really good for like that kind of feeling of like just want the bad guys to get their comeuppance.
Yeah.
But there's not many examples of films of this style because he's doing like, as we'd say in wrestling, he's acting like a heel. You know, he's doing bad things. He's out there shooting people and whatever, but he's avenging stuff. Big fan of Halloween, Eric Draven.
Okay, so the second one, I've tried to avoid reading as much as I can. I don't want spoilers.
Yeah.
But so this time the guy's called Ash Corbin.
Oh, so it isn't. Okay, you're right.
No, so it's not Eric. So it's like the legacy of what the Crow does.
So that kind
Continue.
of works
So
for the whole need to recast it, at least, as we were talking about earlier on.
yeah. It's like, I don't know. It feels like it does that, you know, like I'm trying to think. Like it can be recast as someone else, and the story continues. It kind of, do you know what? It's oh my gosh, my heart broke.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Did you scare yourself?
Yeah. I went like that, and the reflection of my hand was on my screen behind me, like a PC screen. But for some reason, I looked further forward, so I just see my hand for the light, and I was like, "Who is in this room?"
We got to stop doing these lights out watching
Oh,
them, man. They're a bit scary.
Anyway, as I was saying, the idea of like someone continuing
Recasting.
on, yeah, similar to like Ghostface, when like the first one is these killers, the second one the franchise continues and it's another set of killers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it feels very much like that. So yeah, I'm quite interested to see the second one. You know.
Yeah, me too. I mean, so
Now I know that it's not to do with Eric.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I've always been off of it because I thought it was just it's an interesting way, but I mean, it's never exactly got high praise. So, you mentioned Scream there because we did that on Talking Beans a few years ago. That's another example. I've only seen the first one, the Scream, as well. Not that the rest of them meant to be bad, but a lot of the times I only watch the first one because I hear so much bad stuff about sequels. But like you're this kind of thing of the continuing of like a new character. I guess it's not exactly the same, but like everybody expects Doctor Who to be recast, and everybody expects James Bond to be recast. But like this actually works in the storyline.
The director character. Whereas with this, it's not the character; it's the entity of what the Crow does.
Yeah, so like it actually should work more. Like so, there would be an argument that if Brandley hadn't passed away, that maybe they would have gone away from it anyway. Although I did hear that they were going to use him again, but
yeah, I think the only thing that's the same is there is a character called Sarah Moore, Mohi. Is that the same?
Is that the same kid? What we got? Let's have a look at the list of. Yeah, that's it. Same character. I don't know if it's the same actor though.
Yeah. Is it not the same actor? No.
I don't know. It was played by Rochelle Davis.
Okay, in the sequel, it's Mia.
Oh,
so
okay.
It could be just a completely different character.
Yeah, it sounds like a different actor. No, I reckon the same character with different.
Do you reckon?
Different person portraying him. Yeah, you wouldn't have the exact same name, would you? And not be the same character, surely.
True.
Again, a great example here is cinematography. Just those fantastic wide shots, like from above, at least from the church, and so cool. That's been a lot of hard work getting this Crow to shooting at it. Like do what you needed it to do, you know. Like I know some of it's going to be CGI, obviously, but this might be the clearest we've seen the Crow kind of dressed up and what the actual outfit looks like, fully in light and not in the rain.
Yeah, definitely. Especially like how it's done as well. Because I mean, as you said, if you listen to if you go back and listen to like your Talking Beans podcast, and you talk about this, and you dressed up as the Crow, you said there were certain things that when you watch it again, you realize, oh, he put tape here and he put that there, and I mean, and I know technically what we can do is just if you just wore like that costume, like a black top and bottoms, and then a coat, and then done the makeup, people go, oh, you know who it is. But if you want to be like proper pinpoint, like for Comic-Con, or you know, and I know it's very particular. If you're going to do it, you need to do it correct.
I want to go all out.
You know, yeah. But yeah, you don't really get to see the costume fully until kind of later on, and then even when you do,
it's not really clear. Snapshot. Yeah. Oh, this to shoot a bird.
Yeah, but you shot a flare at it.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like a European Ultras.
Kentucky Fried Crow.
I've got to say, Ernie Hudson's great in this role as well. I think he's a real star. This.
Mm. Is what's the word that they use? Supporting role. That's the one. Very good as a supporting role in this.
I mean, he's only just come off Ghostbusters, like 2. Ghostbusters 2 would have been like 4 years before this, so.
Was that 90, yeah?
89.
89.
So I think this is filmed in 93.
Okay, yeah.
So 94, doesn't it? Yeah, so
93. Yeah, so it would have been 4 years of him coming off from doing the film. 5 on via release. But then I think, am I right in saying that it would have been released earlier if the Brandon Lee incident didn't happen?
Yeah, you'd imagine so. Yeah, because obviously it surely would have wreaked havoc on post-production.
Oh, 100%. And I mean, probably a lot of people didn't want to. Maybe they didn't want to return.
Yeah,
you know, it's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, do you just ditch the whole film, the project? Yeah, it's a touchy one, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you know? I think the only thing about this film, 2 things. One, I think it's an amazing film. I think the legacy of Brandon Lee is really portrayed well in this. Like, this is what he could have done going forward would have been, you know, just monumental. Like, just even the idea of him maybe becoming Neo from the Matrix, like, because that's a great role. We could have maybe seen that, you know. But what I always think of when I see the gunshots and it's him and he's being shot, I'm always like,
it's hard to. Well, I don't think they used it, did they? Like in any of that footage in any way, like.
But you know what I mean? It's that point.
What were they filming? Because it was a character that played Funboy, so I think it's either the intro, like that scene, or it could be the one where he's shooting at him when he comes after him doing the drugs. I don't think it is that scene.
It's just weird though, isn't it? Like,
makes you wonder, because stylistically, of course, that just kind of changed some stuff as well. So it makes you wonder how much of the way they shot things would have been different. My goodness, her eyes have just been and eyes again, Rob. I forget how much eyes are a theme on this film. This film,
they burnt eyes earlier, and then her eyes got pecked out.
Yeah,
it's like, so what it is? It's an eye for an eye.
That's it. Hey. We'll touch on the whole Brandon Lee stuff in a little bit more detail after this stream as well. So anyone watching live or on demand, we are going to be coming straight back a few minutes after we've ended this stream with our retro review for The Crow as well. So make sure you stick around for that.
Yeah.
But you are watching, of course, the watch along. Pleased to have you with us, whether you are watching live or on demand. We appreciate you. Let us know what other films you want us to do a watch along of. You can't beat a rooftop fight, can you, Rob?
No, you can't. Do you know what though? The fact that they're fighting and it's raining and they're just swinging, essentially over a sword fight. You know, when you think they have no remorse for themselves or each other at this point.
Not really focused on little old Sarah either, to be fair.
But as we said, like the crow is being defeated, like the bird itself.
Yeah, he's losing the power.
So this is, he's losing his power. This is Eric, I guess, fighting through pain. You know?
Yeah. Oof. There we go. There's a lot about his cadence that reminds me of Bray Wyatt.
You know what that is? Yeah.
I know this ain't our wrestling channel.
The way he does the roughness in his voice.
Yeah.
Like, he speaks one way, and then when he, like, this intimate conversation.
Yeah.
I never picked up on that.
Yeah, I wonder. This feels
Do you
like the kind of thing that Wyndham Rotunda would have took inspiration
Yeah.
from.
It's
Incredible mind.
such a shame we'll never be able to find out if he got
Yeah.
influence from this.
There you go. Foyer, what he kind of picked up from Shelley's passing there into the main bad guy, falls off the church. And what do you know? Lands impaled. Ooh.
That blood coming out of the that
Yeah.
goblin thing. Such a visual, man. It's so done, so well done.
I'll tell you what, Rob, it's risky having a big beer and watching all this rain. I need to go to
Yeah, hold it on, man. Hold it.
Put it in there. He told you smoking was bad. He was, sorry.
Her hair.
Oh yeah, she does. Little undercut, yeah.
Yeah. I love that. What you kept in here saved me.
Hmm. There we go. And he quit smoking. Yeah, another victory in this film, Rob.
It is.
Oh. Then he falls
This
on
scene
there.
always gets me a bit emotional.
Shelley's grave. Yeah, I was just thinking, like, it's a really sad film, man. Like, as cool as the film is, like visually and stuff, like, oh, the Crow's a badass. Like, it's such a sad story. Like, and of course, you get fired out with the vengeance side of it, but yeah, it's very heartfelt. So, I mean, that opening scene is kind of impactful as well, but
it's like, do you know what? It is so. Just thinking about it, it's so strange that the opening scene is them dying, right?
Mm.
And then obviously we'll talk about the ending as we get there. But the way it ends, they're together. It's like a weird happy ending, even though it's sad.
Yeah.
That's the dress that she wore, isn't it? When in the flashback.
Oh, was it? Yeah. I know, like the makeup's like really worn off as well.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like that's fading along with him.
Don't cry, Rob. I see it through that mask. Does Shelley have any words in this film? I don't think she really, unless she's like, she might be shouting at stuff in the death scene, like "oh no" or something. I don't know. Other than that,
man, that ending.
Yeah, it's a great ending. It's a great film, man. For Brandon and Eliza. Who's Eliza?
I don't know.
Let's have a quick see that. Obviously, Brandon being Brandon Lee, having passed away during the making. Oh, it's Eliza's. Oh, who is engaged to? Oh, that's heartbreaking, isn't it?
Oh wow, okay.
That's I mean, so many kind of like tie-ins with this film and the kind of cruel kind of irony of what happens to Brandon Lee shooting it. But hey,
Yeah, yeah.
Great film. Really enjoyed doing this watch along, guys. Thank you to everyone that's joined us live or on demand. This isn't it though. We are going to be back in just a few moments on this very channel doing a live retro review of it as well. We've got about 10-15 minutes just talking about our overall kind of thoughts and feelings on the film. Hope you've enjoyed our kind of instant thought, the kind of most instant version you can get of it. At least, of course, again, as I said earlier on, it's not my first time watching. It's not Rob's first time watching. We're going to have to do that in the future, Rob. I am just a little fearful, especially doing the horror film, that I'm going to crap myself on Squirt Stream.
Exactly.
And as you've tried to say to me, hey, that's good content.
It is,
I'm
man.
worried about how I come across.
Viral doing that.
But anyway, yeah, it's been really good doing our watch along here. If you haven't already, please subscribe to us on the Rebellious Noise Screen 1 channel. This is our home of film and TV from the Rebellious Noise family. So we've got a wrestling channel, we've got music, we've got food and drink and all that kind of stuff, football, and our main Rebellious Noise channel as well. And also, as we mentioned a few times tonight, the Talking Beans podcast, where we mainly talk about films as well in a light-hearted kind of comedic way. Again, we've done a Halloween watch along, so if you fancy doing that over this spooky season or beyond, there's always room for a Halloween kind of movie. I was going to say a horror movie and I kind of messed it up, but there we go. We've also done, of course, a review of that as well. So if you haven't quite got the time to watch the whole film, but you do want to know our thoughts on that movie, go back and check that out. As you mentioned, though, this has been the Crow watch along, but we'll be back in just a moment with our retro review as well. But thank you very much for everyone that's joined us again, whether live or on demand. We'd love to know your thoughts on the movie as a whole. We'd love to know your thoughts on our watch along, and we'd love it even more if you would subscribe and join us for one in the future. And again, we're open to suggestions essentially of what movies we should cover in the future. We haven't done too much on this channel, but we are hoping to kind of get the ball rolling with it a bit more going ahead in the future as well. So again, we talked about earlier on, we're about to get into the Christmas season. Maybe we'll do a few Christmas watch alongs here and there as well. But anyway, I've been Scott, this one's been Rob. We'll see you on this very channel in a few minutes for the retro review. The stream will pop up in just a moment, so make sure you check that out. And if you aren't watching live, hey, you can probably just click it straight away if you're living in the future. Anyway, thank you very much, and remember, can't rain all the time.
Tickets, please. Once you have subscribed to this channel, please make your way into Screen 1 for all things film and TV from Rebellious Noise. Screenings will include exclusive interviews, fun reviews, and in-depth features, as well as the latest news from the big and small screen. So grab yourself a bag of popcorn, sit back, relax, and enjoy the shows.